morning, good morning. It's the Last Minute Laura show. Good morning, good morning. Hello. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. I have hella itchy eczema this morning, so apologies if you see me scratching my wrist. It's because it is so itchy. I am also just covered in just wounds right now on my hands. It is not going to be a good week for filming. Look at this. Wound, 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 wound. She's just fallen apart. Another one. Wound. Oh well. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. It is Monday, February 10th. And as you saw from the title, it's been a month. It's been a month since we lost Thunder. He died on January 10th of this year. And it's officially been a whole month without him, which is crazy because he has been a constant in our lives for he's been alive, well, he was alive 14 years, but we had him for about 10, a little over 10, and he was a constant, so it's super weird that a month has passed without him, but here we are. Time keeps moving forward no matter what. And welcome. Today I'm going to be doing some coloring and some drawing because I drew a bunch of pictures of Thunder because I am obsessed with this dog. And I drew a bunch of cartoony sort of little pictures of him. And I thought we could color them in. I also started a new drawing for my niece that's on her way into the world anytime now. It says Elizabeth in the middle, and then I just sort of drew around it. Thought we could color that as well. Oh, hi Rohan, look at this. Do you want me to move the yarn so you can sit a little bit more comfortably? I'll move the balls of yarn out of your way. Here, I'll put them over here. Just don't try and take them, okay? They're not for you to play with. The project's not. No, you can come. Come here. Rohan, look. No, you could sit right here. It's okay, this is done. I just had to move stuff out of the way, buddy. Chooses to go on the flat spot. Shaving the dog for summer. Oh, that's nice. It's a little early. Oh, wait, no, not for you. It's not. For us, it's early. For doing a summer shave. Sorry, Rohan. I didn't mean to scare you away. Come here. Look. Come on. Here. There. Give him a reason to come sit down with us. Good boy. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. That's right, Beelzebub. Okay, Rohan, you can come sit with us. I'll move my water out of the way. What do you think of your new cat bed? It's not finished, but do you like it? Is it cozy enough? Looks like he thinks it's cozy enough. Anyway, we're going to be doing... Oh, look at that. Is that a cozy bed? Did you immediately lie on your side? I saw that. Can I see your tummy? Where's your tummy? There. Oh, so cozy. Do you like your new cozy bed? I made it for you. He likes it. Look at how much too big it is. We should have made it smaller for your tiny little body because you're just a baby. Anyway, yeah, I figure we can color together. If you have some crochet you're working on, or some embroidery, or some knitting, or some sewing, or some drawing, or some plant care, or some animal care, by all means, bring your own craft project to work on. I just thought that coloring would be fun for me this morning, so that's what I'm gonna do. And you guys can just hang out with me while I do it. I know I saw a pencil line somewhere. Oh, here. There's still pencil lines in a few spots. I saw a couple of spots. So this past weekend, I farm sat for my parents. I stayed at their farm for the weekend, which was nice. I really enjoy doing that. I mean, it's a favor for them, but it also is like good for me. I really enjoy it. And I think that's all the pencil lines. And while I was there, I had a huge snowstorm at my parents' house. Like, I'm talking 12 inches of snow. Candace, if you're here, I bet that you got a lot too, because they're out your way. Let me organize myself. Good morning, Laura and everyone. Good morning. Nice to see you, Deborah. Anyway, we had this huge snowstorm, and it was just pretty crazy. I'm just going to pull out some of the colors for doing thunder. He was a yellow Chihuahua. And he was blonde, I guess, but markers, we color him yellow. Anyway, it was crazy. And Alex came over yesterday to my mom and dad's house to snow blow the driveway because there was so much snow that I couldn't even walk from the house to the garage or from the house to the barn or from the house to the chicken coop. It was just, there was so much. So yeah, Alex had to come and snow blow all of the like paths. And I built the birds a new tree. As you guys may have heard from me last week, I had a goal to find sticks for the birds' tree and build them a new one. So I built them a new tree out of grape wood, and I also used a little bit of, my parents did a lot of trimming of their apple and pear trees, so I used a little bit of apple and pear wood just for, just to give them something to chew on. And they seem very happy with it, if I do say so myself. I have a sneeze. And I went just sort of walking around the property and enjoying myself. That's what I did. Which was very nice. I really enjoy hanging out on the farm for like the weekend. It's a nice time. And Alex stayed away because I wasn't feeling 100%, and he is like so opposed to getting sick now that he is like, I love you, you're on your own. He brought me a care package on Saturday with cookies and treats and pills and snacks and everything I was gonna need while I was away. But he did not come in because he was like, I'm not getting sick again. I refuse. I will not do it. And I was like, I totally get it. No worries. And I just got to enjoy a whole bunch of time on my own. And I got to hang out with my parents' cat, who is typically quite shy. And he's very shy of me. Like, he's a shy cat. Not with my parents. He's very social and lovely to them, but he's very scarce when my parents aren't around. But it was cold enough that he asked to come inside, and he's supposed to be a barn cat. He has a heated barn. Like, as far as a barn cat, he's definitely on the softer side of what a barn cat life looks like, because he has a heated home. He has a cat house, 4 outdoor cats, but on top of that, he has a whole room that my dad created in their barn. Their barn is like a workshop, so it has multiple rooms in it. One of the rooms he insulated and added a heater into, so the cat has like access to this room. That, like, he leaves the door open this much so that the cat can get in and out of it. But there's a cat bed in there, his food and water and litter box are in there, and he like has a very cushy life. He gets wet food every single day, and he has dry food all the time. And in addition, he hunts for mice. So he's a barn cat. But when it's cold out now, first of all, that used to be, he's an outdoor cat only. He has the heated room. He lives outside. Now it's, unless he wants to come in, and this cat that is like an outdoor wild animal cat comes to the door. Please, can I come in? And my dad was like, if he asks to come in, he's allowed to come in. And I said, okay. And lo and behold, he asked to come in. So I let him in. And then I just went about doing what I was doing. And then I went into the living room, and I swear to God, this cat was lying in the middle of the giant dog bed, and the dog was lying on the couch. I'm going to show you the picture because it's so cute. Sorry, my nose is running still because it just is constantly. Look at this cat. Hold on. Look at this. Tell me that's a barn cat. That there is an indoor cat. He's just cosplaying as a barn cat. He's so cute. So stupid, but so cute. So there's that. Also, my mom left out the sweater I made her. I don't know why, but I took pictures of it because I wanted you guys to see the handmade sweater I made for my mom. So I crocheted the sweater and then I embroidered over it with a flower. It's an iris because my mom grows lots and lots of irises in the spring, lots of different varieties. And so I embroidered one onto a sweater. I felt like it, I just needed photos of it. I haven't taken photos of it. I don't even think I took enough when I made it. But it's so pretty. It's still so pretty. Perfect condition still. Because she doesn't wear it very often. But that's what I did. I used scraps for the embroidery, which is why it's all just different colors. And I did hand embroidery, but with a yarn needle and yarn. Ta-da! My nose. What is this? What is happening? Excuse me. Also, I walked around the farm looking for things to take photos of, and in and among that, I found some little fungus growing on a stump. So beautiful. Thanks, Deborah. Just some cute little fungus. Took a photo for you. Also, the pile of sunflowers from last year. My parents don't chop them up or mulch them because the birds pick them absolutely clean throughout the winter. So my dad just chops them down and then adds them to this pile, and the birds just go wild for them. It's a very big pile. I don't know if I communicated how clearly how big of a pile it is. It's like 8 feet tall. Also, I found the kitty cat's paws in the snow, and I was just like, oh, so cute. Look at him. Look at his little paw prints. And then after taking probably more than I needed to of the cat's paw prints, I then found some rabbit paw prints. So I started following the paw prints around the farm. I followed the cat's paw prints all the way to the far corner of the farm. I'm talking, it's 14 acres, the farm. And I walked all the way to the back of the property. And the cat's prints, he was just walking, and then I saw his prints back towards the house. But I found some bunny rabbits, and then some birds. If you see this, the grass, it's covered in seeds, and the birds were just hopping around in this one little area. They must have been just eating all the seeds on the ground. Here's their little bird footprints. Look how cute. How silly and little they are. Little birds. I just thought it was so cute. Looks like they had like an excited time around the grass seed. And then, what is this I'm taking a photo of? Is it fungus? Yeah, it's more fungus. This is turkey tails. Excuse my sniffling. This is turkey tail mushrooms. Very cute. And, oh, and then this was just pretty, so I took a photo of it, but Then I found these paw prints and I thought, what could these possibly be? Look how big these animal paw prints. They're my parents' dog. They're Dave's footprints. But Dave has big feet. His feet are as big as my hands. He's very cute. Anyway, that happened, and then we had a huge snowfall, so this is what it looked like after the snowfall, not a print in the snow. And then this is what it looked like after I did all the morning chores. I had to wade through 12 inches of snow to get to the barn, to get to the chicken coop, to do just the animal chores. So we ended up snow blowing all of that so that there's easy access for my parents. But overall, a good time. I had a nice time. I really like going and hanging out at their house for a weekend. It's like a nice little reset for me, because it's like getting to live on a farm for a few days. So that was fun. I enjoyed myself, but I just did some drawing. I did a little bit of napping. What else did I do while I was there? Did a little bit of cooking. Whenever I stay at my parents' house, I eat steak. It's like my own little tradition that I have for myself. If I'm staying there, I eat steak. Because my parents say, go through the freezer, eat whatever you want. And I go, okay. And then I go through the freezer and I find all kinds of good stuff, like steak. And I love cooking up a big steak and sitting on the couch and watching TV. This time I didn't watch TV though. Instead, I just read my book. I finished my book. And then I did a little drawing. And then, bada bing, bada boom, it was time to go. And Alex and I went and did our groceries yesterday. Oh, and I went and saw Alistair yesterday, who is not sick, thank God. I'm telling you, this kid is sick all the time right now because he is in daycare. And if it's not one thing, it's another. It's literally like constant. There's just always some sickness going around at daycare. And the most recent one was a fevery flu. So that's super. But, yeah, it was a good weekend. Oh, I got Alistair a new toy. Alex and I went to PV Mart because it's closing. It's like TSC for those of you who live somewhere that doesn't have PV Mart. It's the same. They bought TSC. But anyway, we went because it's closing, and they had those animals that I like to get for Alistair. They had them, and they were like 20% off. And I'm like, I don't need to buy one. That's silly. But they had 20% off, and then there were some that were on clearance already. So there was a boar, and it was like $3.97, and then it was an additional 20% off. And I was like, Alistair doesn't have a boar. So now he has a boar. I brought it over to his house after we finished our groceries. And now he has a boar toy, which he needed, in my opinion. I would argue he needed the boar. What am I supposed to do? Deprive the boy of a boar? I think not. Warm gray. How dark are you? You look pretty dark. Ugh. I don't know what is up with my nose being sniffly. Oh, I also have a dentist appointment today, which is amazing. I'm getting my cavity fixed. Well, I'm getting one cavity fixed, and then I'm getting one filling replaced. Because it is from when I was a teenager. Apparently once in a while you need to replace your fillings. Did you know that? 'Cause I didn't. Did you know that, Alex?
What?
That you need to get your fillings replaced once in a while? So that's today's job. All right, done with the first half of dog shaving. The first half is the easy half in my experience. It's the second half. Once the dog knows what's coming and you have to do all of the finishing work, that's when it gets a little bit hairy. Pun fully intended. All right, so here's number 1. I think we need something paler. Cream. Cream might work. Are you cream? No, you're too light. Too dark, I mean. We need like just a cool gray. Cool gray. That'll do. Because can't leave anything white, even though he's got white hair. What's that about? I don't want to hear that, Beelzebub. I don't think that's a nice sound that you make. There we go. All right. I just drew a bunch of different pictures of Thunder without really thinking about continuity or having any of them actually go together. It was just like every time I sat down when I was like doing stuff around the house, I ended up sitting down and drawing a picture of this dog. The same dog, different positions, different styles, but it's all the same dog. Oh, also, do you want to hear how good of a kid I was? After we snowblowed the whole driveway and I snowblowed a path around the whole farm so that my mom could get to the greenhouse. Just a walking path, but across the whole, around the whole farm, so my mom could get in and out of the greenhouse with no trouble. After that, I also washed all the bedding, because I still feel like I'm getting over something, and I didn't want my parents to get sick. So I washed all the bedding. My parents got new washing machines, and I was very interested in using them or they got a new washer and a new dryer, a new washing machine, new dryer. Do you plan to post before and after pics, Candy? Oh, totally. I would love to see that. Anyway, they got a new washer and dryer, and they're huge. So their previous washer was a washer-dryer combo, like it was one machine, but did both jobs. And it did both jobs, like, crappily. So, like, even when things got dry, they didn't get, like, soft and warm the way that, you love to have a towel come out of the dryer soft and warm. Well, it wasn't doing that. And so they got a new set, but these ones are like huge, like a separate washer and dryer set, and they're gigantic. So I was just feeling very much like I wanted to do laundry and enjoy them. Laura, those sketches are adorable. Thank you. So I washed all the bedding. The washing machine was big enough to hold 4 pillows, like easily. And it was big enough to hold the duvet. And that was 2 separate washes. And in a third wash, it was big enough to hold all the sheets, all the pillowcases. And then I also washed all the towels at the same time. My parents have white towels, so I was able to wash all of it together. And it was very, it's very enjoyable for me, which is, everybody's got their own thing. But I will say also my mom switched over to like Mrs. Meyer's laundry stuff and the paper laundry soap, like it's not, they're like sheets, True Earth or something. They're like sheets of laundry detergent, but you don't need to like, they're all paper, so it like dissolves in your machine. So she does those, and then she has these Mrs. Meyer's dryer sheets, but they're like, normal dryer sheets are like kind of that fabric and they feel kind of waxy or oily. Well, these ones were paper, and you pull the paper out after the load, but when it comes out of the laundry or out of the dryer, the paper is just like a piece of paper after. Anyway, the laundry smelled amazing, but it was fun using new products. And I did a load of dishes. I was like just pretending that I lived there. It was very nice. And my parents have good coffee. Like, I like our coffee machine, but I forgot how convenient a Keurig is. Just one easy button, and then you've got beautiful coffee. Spectrum green. I wonder what spectrum green looks like. Let's find out, shall we? That just looks like a nice green. I don't know if spectrum, what color would I call this green? Anyway, I had a really good time. I'm not nervous for my cavity appointment today. The only thing I'm concerned about is I can't remember if cavities hurt later. Like, I know they numb your mouth during it, but does your mouth hurt after getting a cavity filled? I can't recall. So I'm thinking, like, tomorrow I need to film. Will my mouth hurt? I hope not, but I genuinely... The last time I had a cavity, I was like 15, so... It's close to 20 years ago. So I don't remember. When was last time you had a cavity? Did it hurt after? Because they numb your mouth for the, like, actual filling, which is fine. Not concerned about that. I'm not scared of needles, so I'm not concerned about that part. But I have no recollection of after. I remember my mouth being numb. Like, I remember being like, haha, half my tongue is numb. But I don't remember being in pain, like, the next day or anything. Excuse me. Can you watch your mouth? It's too loud when you do that, Beelzebub. And I don't even know why you do it. You don't have anything to scream about. Your life is perfect. The birds have a new tree. I also went through the field. My parents have a fallow field. That means they just leave it. And it had a ton of grass seed heads, so I picked them for my birds. A cavity right now. A cavity filled? High school. Oh, okay, yeah. When was last time you had a cavity filled? Yeah, no, the last time I had a cavity is right now. The last time I had a cavity filled, high school. Same. Literally same. So hopefully it's not terrible, hopefully. Fingers crossed it's not a terrible experience. I lost interest in coloring thunder for a second, so I'm gonna just color some leaves. So that's my afternoon today. Get a cavity filled. I am excited to just know that job is done. Like, I don't have to think about that anymore. And then I have one more appointment at the dentist for them to... I don't even know what... He didn't say it was replace the filling. He said he probably won't have to numb me or anything for it. He just has to, like, grind around the outside of the filling and then top it up. Like, the filling isn't loose or anything. He just wants to rejuvenate it or something. He used a word that felt like just like update, but I don't remember what he said. So I have 2 fillings that'll be updated on another day. Today is going to be 1 cavity and then fixing 1 filling that's on the same side. So hopefully it won't be bad. What colors do we have here? Mint green. Okay, let's do What could go in mint green? You look like you could be a mint green. Anyway, that's what the rest of my day holds today. I'm just hoping there's no pain after the fact because I have to record tomorrow. And I'm already like covered in wounds on my hands. I don't need to also have teeth pain for the video. I'm going to try my best to cover all the cuts on my hands for filming. Usually using long sleeves helps, but geez Louise. I don't know what has been going on, but I have been just so accident prone in the last couple of weeks. Oh my goodness, that was a big sigh, Rohan. He just did a big... Look at this. Look at this cat. Oh, you can't see his arms. His arms are stretched all the way out. Is that a cozy bed? Are you comfy in there? You look like you might actually want a little bit of a higher side on this. Okay. Oh, also we caught another mouse in our humane trap. Alex told me while we were driving home, he said, I just put the trap outside. And I was like, Alex, it's negative 10 degrees. You just froze a mouse to death. And he said, oh no, I don't think so. And I said, no, if you left the mouse trap with a mouse trapped inside, if you left that outside, that mouse is dead. And I felt so bad. Like I was saying it to Alex. I'm like, you killed it without it even, it didn't even know. It didn't do anything wrong. It just went into the trap like it was supposed to. The idea with these humane traps is that we let the mice go and no mice need to die. And I was just complaining the whole way home, being like, I can't believe this. And Alex was apologizing. I didn't know. And then I came home and he didn't even put it outside. He just put it up against the back door inside the house. So the mouse was fine. So I left it in the cage, in the trap. I gave it a carrot and some more sunflower seeds so it would have some water and some calories. And then I've left it in the trap overnight. I put it up on a high shelf and put a cloth over top so it wouldn't get traumatized. But today, once the temperature goes up a little bit outside, then I'll let it outside because it'll be so shocking for it now to go outside right now. But once the sun is all the way up, then I will let the little guy out and he can go live his mousy life. Alex said Peekaboo told him there was a mouse because she had fished the mouse trap out from where it was tucked and was swatting, like playing with the mouse trap with a mouse inside it. Poor little mouse was probably just absolutely freaking. But he'll be okay. Or he won't, but once he's outside, it's not my responsibility anymore. I told Alex, if we get home and that mouse is hypothermic outside but not dead, it's becoming our pet. And he was like, oh God. And I was like, that's what you get for putting a poor defenseless little mouse outside. Turns out he didn't even put it outside. But I thought he did. And I was like, great. Now I have a pet mouse that I didn't even want. Appreciate it. Right. I don't know why I just started drawing leaves in with the pictures of thunder. So it's like a little botanical expression we got going on here. What color are you? Pale green? Pale greens can be cute, right? That's pretty much it for my weekend. This week it's just cavity, babysitting, Valentine's Day. Are you guys doing anything for Valentine's Day? Alex and I are going to go out for dinner because we're cool. Slept on my left shoulder real bad last night. Ugh, that sucks. I hate waking up with a kink in my neck. Or in my shoulder in your case. crappy feeling. Okay, any others? I can do you. The birds are so happy because they have a new tree. So I ended up brushing the wood down, like I said I was gonna, and then I took it into the greenhouse, which is pretty comfortable, like sweater warm, and I put it in there, and I ended up, my mom had peroxide in the greenhouse. Must be something she uses for plants. So I took some peroxide on a rag and rubbed down the entire pieces of wood, and then I tied them all together with like jute cord twine, and yeah, I made the tree, and then it sat in there all weekend. And then I brought it home for the birds. Fungus. It fights fungus and mold on stuff. Oh, okay. Makes sense that she would have it then. Living in the greenhouse just to put on her baby soil, maybe. Also, my mom had tons of baby plants already. Mostly onions, but she also had peppers and lisianthus and petunias and million bells. Obviously none are blooming, they're just starting to like germinate, but she had petunias, hot peppers, million bells, lisianthus, and onions. And she had like 10 different kinds of onions this year, which seems like maybe enough. I think you don't need that many onions, but she would disagree, no doubt. How different can they all really be? Ooh, Candy, I've done that before, so sorry. Yeah, totally. Sleeping on the shoulder, not the vibe. What color should we do? Deep olive. That sounds good. Nope, not that side. This side. Anyway, so I got the gardening bug. It's pretty much time for me to move everything around and get myself ready for seed starting. I also have to get real, like, hard work done on filming and editing because my sister is due anytime, and I just have to be ready to take time off if I need to be there for her. There we go. Love you. All right, there. Now we have the leaves done. Is that all of them? I think so. I need a sip of coffee. That is what I need. Happy birthday, Deborah. Did I miss that? Today's my birthday, so I'm going to bake. There's a cinnamon heart recipe I want to try. Deborah, happy birthday. I didn't know it was your birthday. Happy birthday. All right, now let's color some more of these little thunders here. Thank you, both of you. They're all different thunders. These are all different worlds of thunder, but they're all still him. This is just a fatter thunder. And then there's skinnier thunder. Then there's little thunder. Are Candy and I the only ones chatting, or am I missing some? I think you're the only ones chatting today. Seems to be a quiet morning. Some Mondays are too much for everybody. I get it. Look at this. What are you doing? He's like, I'm just trying to get all the way upside down. Hi. You just trying to lie on your back? Huh? Oh, he's so nice. He's just a baby. He's purring so loud. Hi. I wish you guys could see the angle I'm seeing him at. I want to like tilt his cat bed so you can see him better. There. Hi. Is that cozy? Is that a cozy bed? That's very cute. Tell me that's not a cute kitty cat right there. Anyway, no, it's just you guys today. Sorry. Some mornings are quiet, okay? Today must be one of those days. I get it. I would be napping if I could. I also still have to shower and wash my hair. Instead of washing my hair today, I decided dry shampoo. And then I remembered that I was going to be 6 inches away from multiple people today with the dentist, so I'm gonna have to deal with that. Can we just talk about how I went from my first year gardening to having bees for my second season? You really just you just decided to go expert level on season 2, you know? Sometimes you just gotta dive right in to the gardening. Gosh, I wish I could have bees. That's on Alex's and my long-term goals list. Keeping bees. Obviously, it will be my job because Alex is afraid of bees, but he is still very supportive and he wants to get them too. Why is this pink not showing up at all here? I swear I just colored it pink. It's here. There is pink. I don't know why the camera's not picking it up. Oh, hey, Lori. Long time no see. Haven't been here in a while, but I wanted to say how sorry I am about Thunder. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, it was pretty devastating, as you might imagine. Still miss him every single day. But, thank you. I appreciate that. He was my special guy. And there will not be another dog like him. I can tell you that. That is for sure. That being said, don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened or whatever. I'll do both. I'll cry because it's over and I'll smile because it happened. Because that dog was a special guy, that's for sure. Thanks for stopping in, though. Good morning, Michelle. Quiet mornings are understandable. Hi, Lori. I got lucky at the new house. The new house came with them. Oh, right. That's cool. That is convenient for you. Didn't have to go hunt and buy them. Buying bees seems wild to me. I know that that's like a thing, but like, doesn't it seem wild? Like purchasing insects. Look at this cat. Tell me he's not the cutest. How you doing, mister? You just hanging out with me on my table? You know you have a whole cat tree back there. Hey, don't you bite me. I'm just petting you. You saying I'm not allowed to pet you or something? Hey? Just a baby. Just a little baby. Yeah. Hey? Don't bite me. He was so special. I've always wanted bees too. Yeah, he was a very special dog. Definitely once in a lifetime kind of dog. Best dog by far. I've never met a dog quite like him. That being said, every dog is the best dog in the world. I know that. I know all of your dogs are the best dogs in the world too. But Thunder was my best dog. And he was my first dog. Yes, I grew up with dogs. He wasn't my first experience with a dog, but he was my first. Alex and I purchased him from a shelter. Not a shelter. We fostered him and then purchased him from the rescue. And I'll say for sure he was the best $400 I ever spent. No doubt about it. He was a $400 rescue. He had been surrendered somewhere in northern Quebec. He was 3.5 years old, and we accepted him as a foster because we knew there was no way in hell that we would ever want to adopt a Chihuahua because they're so annoying and so yappy and so small. And that's not a real dog. A Chihuahua is way too small to keep and pretend like you have a real dog. So, of course, we'll foster him. And then we'll have practice for when we adopt our real dog, which we're going to get a Yorkie, and this Chihuahua will be good practice for the Yorkie. We were going to get a Yorkie puppy from a registered breeder. I was already in contact with that registered breeder, but we wanted to practice having a dog for a year, so we said, we'll foster dogs for a year. Thunder was our second foster. And we ended up keeping him. So didn't actually happen that we ended up getting a Yorkie. And then after that, I was like, oh, I actually don't want ever to buy a puppy. After having Thunder, I was like, oh, I never want to deal with all of the puppy energy. I only want an adult dog who's already finished. I was happy to teach Thunder that he had to go outside to use the bathroom. But doing it to a puppy who isn't going to learn it right away, and also who is bitey and just young energy, I was not interested in doing that after we had Thunder. Hey, Beelzebub, what is your problem? There's nothing happening, baby. Everything's fine. Hey, Gary? Everything's fine. Yeah, you can come here if you want. Anyway, we had him for 5 days, and on day 2, Alex's sister and Alex were on the phone, and she saw Thunder and she said, oh no, you're keeping him. And we said, no, we're not. We have no intention of keeping this dog. That's not happening. She was like, you're keeping him. I already know you're keeping him. And we said, no. We're not keeping him. He's just a foster. Okay. And then 3 days after that, we called back and said, so we're gonna adopt him. And she said, I know. I already knew. And then we did. And we were like, we're so sorry, rescue. Because the rescue has rules where you're... you can't adopt a foster. You're supposed to foster dogs and not adopt them. And it's called a foster fail. So there is, that happens, obviously. But he was our second foster dog, and we foster failed with him. So there's that. Dog personalities are so different for each one, just like humans are so unique. Yep. So Thunder was a 1 in a million dog, but he probably, I'm sure, even though I love him like he was a 1 in a million dog, I'm sure there's tons of Chihuahuas that have great personalities just like him. And what's so funny is that when we got him, we were like, I would never want a Chihuahua. And now I'm like, oh, I don't ever want anything else. Chihuahuas are the best. You can take them everywhere, and they love people. They don't like other animals, but there's nothing wrong with that. I don't like other animals either. And by animals, I mean people. I don't like people, so why does Thunder have to love dogs? Planting nasturtiums I soaked overnight. Every time you say something about gardening, I'm like, it is so early. What are you doing? And then I remember, you don't live where I live, so it's not too early. For me, it is way too early to be planting nasturtiums. Like, way, way too early. Anyway, we're not looking for a dog anytime soon. I even said to Alex, I don't think I want to get another dog where we live right now. We could manage it, but it does make it difficult to find a new place to live, having a dog. Because we already have 2 cats and 2 birds. And 2 cats and 2 birds, that's difficult to find a rent house that will allow you to have that many pets in it. I mean, there's laws in Ontario where you can't reject someone for their pets. That being said, landlords do it all the time. So we're thinking we'll wait until we are in another home, until we think about getting another dog. Because 2 cats and 2 birds is already a lot of animals. And when we leave now, like for any amount of time, it's a lot more of an ask to ask our friends and family to watch over our whole farm of animals when we had 2 cats, a dog, and 2 birds, whereas 2 cats and 2 birds is a lot more manageable. That being said, Thunder was never a problem because he always came with us. Thunder just went wherever we went. Thunder will send you the right dog when you're ready. I agree. That being said, even though I have 0 intention of finding a dog right now, you best believe I'm still looking at all of the local rescues every day. And you know what? I know myself. I know if I find one that speaks to me, Alex and I are going to go check that dog out. However, it's like I'm looking, hoping that no dog is there. It's so stupid. Just stop looking. Don't look at dogs if you have no intention of getting a dog. No, I won't be listening to that advice. I'm going to go ahead and look at all of the animals that are available or that have been surrendered or that have been left at the shelter or whatever all the frickin' time. I'm going to do it right now because I just distracted myself. Do you want to see? So, our local shelter. Only big dogs. I'm not looking at big dogs. Bunny rabbits. Lots of rats, lots of bunny rabbits. This one has been catching my eye. This is Waldorf. He's 12. I don't know what I'm expecting because I'm definitely not. His best friend died, so Slater and Waldorf were the 2 dogs. Slater died. They were both very old. So this one is also coming available soon. This is Cooper, 13 years old. Oh my god, poor thing, 12 and in a shelter. Yeah, his person was hospitalized and he came in with another senior dog and the other senior dog died. So he doesn't have anybody. This one's 13. Alex said, when eventually we are looking for another animal, which is his way of saying right now we're not, I think we should be getting one like Thunder's age, like 3 or 4 years old. And I'm like, I think we should be getting a 100-year-old dog. And he was like, remember how heartbreaking it was when Thunder died? And I'm like, it was 1 month ago. I absolutely remember. And it's true. It would be really hard. Oh my god, poor thing, 12 and in a shelter. Yikes. Yeah, it is yikes and sad. There's another small one, and in this shelter there's 2 chihuahuas, unless they've been adopted. Oh good. I mean, sad for me because I don't get to look at them, but there were 2 chihuahuas, so they must have been adopted. And I just literally, I have them bookmarked now because I am mentally ill. I don't even know. None in this one. You know what's kind of nice is seeing the animals disappear, because like getting to see them be adopted by lurking them like this. Oh, this one. Look at this. Tell me that's not the cutest dog in the world. This is an 8-year-old female Chihuahua, and look at her. Her name is Emma, and she's very cute. I've got ears that are just as big. My next rescue will be no younger than 5. I love senior animals so much. I do too. However, senior animals do die earlier. That's not their fault. They're just already old. And I don't know if Alex has the heart for it right now. Which I get because... yeah, you know? Anyway, that's what I check on a daily basis because I am mentally unwell. Now, my niece lost her Chinese crested heart dog and doesn't plan on getting another right now, but she still finds herself looking. Yeah, Thunder was my heart dog, as you guys know. But yeah, I just keep myself occupied by looking because who knows? Who knows when will be the right time? I am not trying to find another dog while we live here, though. All right, I have to go to the bathroom. So I'm going to turn the mic off, I'll turn the music up, and I'll be back in 2 minutes. You guys can watch the cat and the birds. I'm sure the birds will come here to pick on the cat while I'm gone, so I'll be right back. I'm back. Look at this. It's a wool ball with catnip inside. Do you love it? Do you love it so much? He loves it so much. Do you love it? Do you love it so much? Here. It smells so nice. Oh, it smells like catnip. There's catnip in there. Look how happy he is. Can I turn you around so everyone can see how cute you look? There. Oh, yes, this is your new toy. Careful, don't fall off the table. Don't lose it. How cute is that? Is it fun? Is that your fun new toy? Do you smell it? It smells like catnip. Is that a Bengal? Yes, it is. This is Rohan. Ouch! Come here. Come here. Look. Psst, 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 psst. Rohan, look. Hello. Look here. Here. I know you want it. Here, Rohan. How about this? Look. Watch. There you go. Yes, this is Rohan. We have had him for 1 year as of November, middle of November. So we've had him over a year, November, December, January, February, a year and 3 months. His name is Rohan. He is, how old is Rohan, Alex? 5?
What?
How old is Rohan?
Yeah, 5.
He's 5? Okay. Rohan's 5. We got him from group.
Turning 5 in September.
Oh, turning 5 in September. Anyway, he's a Bengal. And he's crazy. Him and Peekaboo have finally started to get along, which is awesome. He's crazy though. He attacks Alex, which is not surprising. Oh, you knocked your toy off. Anyway, we got him as he was already a full-grown cat, and he was being rehomed because he was really loud and because the roommates who adopted him were moving out from the home they all shared. And he needed a new home. So Alex and I took him in. And he is lovely. Our vet says that he's probably not a purebred Bengal, but his attitude is quite bangular, if you ask me. But he has a white spot on his chest, and he doesn't bother the birds. No, him and the birds fight. Like, they play fight. They are, they're friends. The birds will come and harass him, and then he'll swat at them, but he doesn't use claws. And then they'll bite him, but not to their full strength. No, they play. It's very bizarre. Obviously, we don't leave them alone in the house altogether, because I'm sure if the birds annoyed him enough, he could absolutely just snap their little necks. But he doesn't. He instead chooses to play with them. And when whoever's playing has had enough, they'll bite harder. So, like, if the cat is playing and the birds are not interested anymore, the birds will just bite him once. And then he's like, oh, okay. That's Peekaboo and Rohan. They don't get in real physical fights. They just yell. Well, Peekaboo yells. Anyway, the birds, if they're over it, they'll fly away. And if Rohan's over it, he'll walk away. It's pretty cool. The way they get along is pretty cool. That's awesome. Yeah, bangular, exactly. It is pretty cool. I'm really happy with it. The way that they get along is more than I could have ever hoped. I really hoped we wouldn't have to like lock the birds up when the cat was around, and we never did. The birds and the cat just have an understanding, and that's awesome. We love that for them. But they do play as well. Yep. So that's been cool. And Peekaboo and Rohan are getting along now, which is also great, because they weren't. Oh, Rohan's playing with the toy. I thought he was fighting with Pika. It took a long time to get them to a point where they don't hate each other, because Rohan wanted nothing more than to be best friends with Peekaboo. But Peekaboo hates him with every fiber of her being, which she is entitled to. She's a strong, independent lady. So I can't force her to like Rohan. This looks like a fox, not like Thunder. Oops. Anyway, but since Thunder passed away, I decided we could stop like coddling Peekaboo, because I just really didn't want Thunder to get in the crosshairs of Peekaboo and Rohan kind of dealing with getting territory and whatnot in the house. So I just let them stay separate from each other for too long. I honestly overdid it. But then Thunder passed away, and he didn't pass away. Thunder died. Thunder died, and I was like, there's nothing for me to protect him from now, because he's not here. So Rohan and Peekaboo can just sort of fight it out. They need to get over it, because they hate each other. Peekaboo hates Rohan. And now they just get along. They don't love each other, but like, I can't expect them to love each other. They're too different. And that's okay. They don't have to love each other. They just have to tolerate each other. Eventually, I'm sure love will come. But at this point, they tolerate each other just fine. They get in swatting matches where Peekaboo screams at him. That's fine. I don't care. If they yell at each other, that's none of my business. They are dealing with their own cat drama. And I'm not concerned about that. Cat drama is fine. As long as there's no blood being drawn and no real violence, I'm not concerned about it. And there is currently no violence, so that's fine. And everybody will get along and everything will be fine. Hey, lots of siblings don't love each other. Exactly. So they don't have to. Rohan was a single cat. Peekaboo was a stray. I can't expect them to just get along. And yes, it has been a year now, so I would like if they could get along better. But I really didn't want to put Thunder at risk at all. I didn't want Thunder to feel in any way like he was in danger, because he was very old and very tired. And like, Thunder was on his way slowing down. He really didn't need any extra drama in his life. So I didn't want to give it to him. And I figured we could keep the cat separately so easily right now because of the way our house is set up. So we did. We just kept the cat separate, except for at feeding time. And that was fine. It worked out just fine. And now that Thunder isn't here, we can introduce them to each other easily and often. So now they just don't separate from each other. Like, Peekaboo is in here. She's just underneath the bird cage. She does stay with Alex in his office a lot, but that's by choice. She doesn't have to do that. She just likes it in there with him, which is fine. So, yeah. God, I miss Thunder so much. Like, he was a little old man, and we would always joke about how old he is. Like, oh my God, this dog, how is he even alive? He's so old. And it's like, He's alive because he has so much to live for. He's got so much to give. He was so loving, and I feel like whenever I think about him, it hurts. Like, it hurts my heart because I didn't get enough time. I just feel like I did not get enough time. And I got so much time. I got so much time with this dog. Like, 10 years with a dog is a long time. And I know that it's not long enough. And I know it'll never be long enough because he was my heart dog. But 10 years is a long time to get with a dog. And, I mean, we adopted him. So he was already 4 years old when we adopted him. But literally, Lori, it's true. There's never enough time. I could have happily kept... I thought we were going to have Thunder for 4 more years. I don't know how I thought that, because we were told by the vet when he got diagnosed with Cushing's disease that most dogs live about a year, but the average is about 2 years. So some dogs live longer than a year, some don't. And I said, like, I wasn't even concerned. That was not even a concern of mine, because I was like, Thunder's fine. He's fine. There's nothing wrong with this dog. He's old, that's all. And I would say, like, he's old. That's fine. He's an old dog. He's allowed to be old. He doesn't have to do anything. He's just an old man. And that happens. Sometimes you just get old. And then he had seizures, like once every other month. So every 8 weeks he was having a seizure, and our vet said that's going to increase. At some point he's going to be having a seizure once a week, and once he has a seizure once a week, he needs to be on seizure medication. And we said, okay, no problem. Once he's having regular seizures, we'll put him on seizure medication. And then the vet explained that he would, over time, lose his balance, and then he would lose his ability to hold his bladder, and then he would lose his ability to, like, remember things. So he would, like, basically his dementia would get really bad, and then he would lose his ability to walk, and then he would die. So we had a trajectory. We had an idea of what was going to happen over the next couple of years and how we were going to see Thunder sort of age in a not super graceful way until eventually he died. I was obviously not prepared for that, but, like, my brain was prepared for that particular inevitability. I felt like I knew how to handle that. I didn't, obviously. And then 1.5 years passed by, and Alex and I talked about it. Literally, he died on a Friday. The Wednesday before, Alex and I talked about how well Thunder was doing and how it was so surprising how well he was doing, because, like, what do those vets know? Vets don't know anything. Look at how healthy Thunder is. Yes, he's old. Yes, his balance isn't great. Like, Thunder's balance hasn't been great since he had that stroke a few years ago. But, like, other than that, he's pretty much fine. Yeah, he has a little bit of dementia, but, like, we just keep an eye on him. We go outside with him, and then he doesn't get lost. He would get lost in the backyard. Our backyard is, like, 20 feet by 20 feet, so, like, he was getting lost in our tiny backyard, but it didn't matter because he's our dog. We'll just go out with him. No problem. What's the issue? And then after that Wednesday discussion about how good of a dog he was and how he was doing so well, we woke up on Friday. I woke up to Thunder having a seizure, which is not completely out of the realm of what's normal. Thunder had seizures, and sometimes they happened in the morning. So I supported him through his seizure like normal and thought, okay, so Thunder's had a seizure today. He hadn't had one since November, I think. So he was, like, due for one. And then he had a second seizure, which is rare. He has only had 2 seizures in a row one other time, and we brought him to the vet for that. So I said to Alex, like, that's weird. I'm going to keep a close eye on him. I canceled the stream because he had 2 seizures. And I said, if he has any more, we should go to the vet. And then he had a 3rd seizure. There's the cats. And then I called the vet, and they said, keep an eye on him. And then he had a fourth seizure. Called the vet, and they said, yeah, we should get him in. And then he just didn't stop having seizures, and we got him into the vet. He stopped having seizures on the ride to the vet, but by the time the vet was talking to us, he must have had 15 seizures back to back. Just, he would finish a seizure, breathe a few times, pee on the floor, and then a new seizure would start. So he was just pretty much in a constant state of having a seizure. And then, if this is triggering, by the way, just leave for 10 minutes and you can come back after and I'll be done talking about it. After that, when he had stopped, the vet said, okay, so he has a lot of fluid in his lungs, which is not good. And he couldn't stand anymore after having so many seizures. And I said, is he going to recover like he normally does from a seizure, or like what's going on? And the vet said, no, he's not going to be able to stand up again. Like, this is it. I'm sorry that this is how it's happening, but this is it. The Cushing's disease is a tumor in his pituitary gland. And it looks to me, the vet said, as though the tumor broke apart and metastasized elsewhere. I would guess it metastasized in his lungs. And I said, okay, cool, thank you. So now what? And the vet said, that's it. His quality of life is low and he's not going to recover his quality of life. This is called, she had a word for it that's something like widowmaker, but it was like related to dogs. I don't remember what it's called, but it was basically like everything's going fine and then the tumor breaks off and then like shit hits the fan essentially, and the dog just like spontaneously combusts. She essentially said that's what happened, that the tumor probably exploded or broke off or something, and because the tumor was growing in his brain, and it got to a point where it was too big, so it was leaning on his brain, and then that caused a seizure, and then the seizures couldn't stop because the tumor was too big, and then it broke off, metastasized in his lungs. There was blood in his lungs, so that was horrific. And she said the right thing to do is put him down. And I've never had a vet say that to me. I mean, I've only had to put one animal down in the past, but I remember the vet being like, it's your choice, whatever you think is the right thing to do. Like, yes, CJ isn't doing well. He is in pain, or like whatever they were saying. Whereas this time she was just like, his quality of life is really low and it's not going to get better. So it's the humane thing to do. It's the right thing to do, is to let him die with dignity. And I was like, what? Because we didn't go there to put him down. We went there to go to the vet. And then we had 10 minutes where Alex and I just sat in there with Thunder and cried. And then the vet came back and they did it. And it was horrible. And I don't think I would wish that on anybody. That being said, Thunder deserved a better death. I wish that he didn't have to die afraid. I wish that he didn't have to die in pain. But I didn't get control over that. That happened without my control. He did have a good life, I know that. But he didn't have a good death. And he deserved a good death. And I've said that so many times. Like, I won't make Thunder suffer so that I can keep him, because he has been the best dog. He deserves a good death. And then his death was traumatic instead. Yikes, Laura, that must have been so hard to watch for you and Alex. It was really horrible to watch. And it was horrible to go into the vet being like, oh, okay, I guess we're going to need to go on seizure medication now. Like, that's where my brain was. And then the vet being like, oh, no, we're like well past that. Wait, what? So, the worst day of my life was 1 month ago. I need to call my doctor about my own results for my first test. Yes, you should do that. Anyway, he is not in pain anymore. He is not struggling to balance anymore. But oh my God, the void that dog left in my heart is more than anything, more than any person. I've never felt the heartbreak of having to decide Thunder's fate. I've never felt that heartbreak for any human. I've never felt the heartbreak of knowing he wasn't going to be there the next day, or coming home from being out and going, oh my God, he's not there. He's not in the house. He's not going to greet me. He's not going to do that ever again. That heartbreak, it happens every time I come home, because every time I come home, I open the door and look to where his dog bed is. And of course he's not there because he's gone. But my brain is still like, I get into bed and he's not cuddling me. He's supposed to be there forever. I don't understand. What do you mean he's just gone? And I know it. My brain knows it. He was the best dog that there ever was. And I know that you guys know how much I love him. And I can't even say how much I loved him, because I still love him. He's like, I miss him like he's just out of reach. I don't miss him like I'm never going to see him again. I miss him like I can't wait to see him again. I miss him so deeply. He's such a special dog. Very good dog. And again, I know everybody's dog is the best dog. I know everybody's dog is a special good dog, but none of your dogs hold a candle to Thunder, let me tell you. He was the best dog. My eyes are tearing up. It reminds me of my pet losses too. I'm sorry that it reminds you of that, but I'm not sorry to talk about him. I'll tell you what. That dog is so etched into my heart. I don't know what I'm supposed to we're just supposed to keep going. We're just supposed to live like he was never here. We're just supposed to act like everything's fine. Like, it's so bizarre. It's so bizarre going, like, I went out just to a friend's birthday party, and she's like, hey, so what's been going on? And I had to just be like, oh, you know, the usual. No, my heart's been broken, and I've just been emotionally bankrupt for a month. I haven't even been crying. Like, I cried the whole day that he died, the whole night that he died, and the whole following night. And since then, I've just been, like, numb to it. I can't tap into the feelings because I don't know why. I just can't. And I'm not trying not to. I'm not trying to hide my feelings. I'm not trying to hold them inside. I know I can express myself. I know I can cry if I need to. And I know how sad I am about it. But I just can't tap in emotionally to it. Because I don't know. I guess it's just too much right now. But I tell you what, I will never forget that dog. I'm sure I'll never forget any of the pets that I have, but God, I wish you guys could have all, like, hung out with him. It'll hit again at some point. I know, and I'm sure it'll happen at the most inopportune time, Lori. I'm imagining that at some point, it's just the dam's gonna burst, and I'm gonna have a full-on mental breakdown. But, you know, I'm also open to that. I'm not, like, shying away from it. That's, like, my heart is broken, and I know that. So whenever it decides to come out is whenever it decides to come out, you know? I don't have a choice. And when it does, it'll be hard. Believe that. Maybe it'll happen when we go get our tattoos. Alex and I are planning to get Thunder's paw prints or his nose print. I haven't decided. But we're planning on getting commemorative tattoos for Thunder. Maybe when that happens. Maybe when I have physical pain associated with my emotional pain. You know? Because I've never gotten a tattoo before, so maybe the physical pain of the tattoo will unlock the barricade behind my emotional pain for Thunder. Why is this so not saturated? I feel like you can't see any of the colors. 1 second. Oh, the saturation is like down. Let me see if I can turn it up so you can actually see. Without it looking crazy. Nope. Well, at least you can see some color now. There's green and yellow, I don't know why. I always say our pets deserve every year we shed, and the tears will never be enough to mend the broken heart. I really think losing dogs is way harder than losing my parents. I mean, your dog loved you unconditionally, you know? Thunder loved me unconditionally. I was his person. No one else even came close. I mean, Alex maybe came kind of close, but like, not even. I was his whole world. And he was so important to me. And I think like, did I show him enough how important he was to me? Did he know how much I loved him? He must. I made him his breakfast, which was soup every morning. I would heat water, boil water, and then pour it over his hard food and let it sit for 10 minutes so it wasn't too hot. And then I would pour that slop onto my kitchen floor because Thunder could no longer eat out of a bowl because he was 100 years old. And he refused to eat out of any dishes. We had to get wide bowls for him to drink water out of because he refused to drink water out of his small water bowl. He had to eat his warm porridge slop off the floor, and then I would have to wash the floor every single day, which was fine because that's what he needed. And he didn't really have any interest in treats anymore, but when we would eat dinner, he would want to sit with us. We got to take him camping one last summer this summer, and it was great because it was our favorite campsite, which we hadn't been able to get in several years. So he got to come camping this year with us, which was really meaningful to me. Hi, Rohan. And yeah, he came for Christmas to Ottawa with us when we went for Alex's family Christmas. So he got to see everybody in his family in December, which was really nice. Or January, I guess we went for New Year. He knew. I really hope so. I think you're right, but I mean, I knew how much he mattered to me, so I hope he knew how much he mattered to me. I know how much I mattered to him. He loved me. He just always wanted to be with me. I wish I knew when he was gonna die so that I could have held him all day, every day leading up to it, you know? What? What is it? Come here. Because he did a lot of sleeping towards the end. So I would just let him sleep in his dog bed. But if I knew we were getting close to the end, I would have held him the whole time. Can you not do that? That sound is so loud. It's too loud, Beelzebub. It's too loud. No, thank you. No. Don't you say hey. I don't want to hear that. Hey, I'm going to head off and... Ma'am, that's enough. I have to get up and scold my parrots. 1 second. Hello again, Rohan. Welcome back. You have enough. You've said enough. I'll give you. No, Gary. Come here, Gary. Don't be dumb. Come here. You can't fly. There's Gary. With his one cut wing. I'm sorry, but you had to have a cut. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold on. Whoa. Hey. No, you can't fly, bro. You can't fly, because when you fly away, remember? Remember? Hey. Chill, bro. You're fine. Anyway, in the fall, Gary flew away. You're fine. I know. So we had to cut one of his wings so he would not escape. But now he still tries to fly. He's just not very good at it. Anyway, Beelzebub's wings are not trimmed or not clipped. But Gary, he flew away in the fall on a really cold day. And he flew far away, and we couldn't see him. We could only hear him. And I didn't want to have to do it. Obviously, cutting a bird's wings is like cruel, because what do? They fly. But he flew far, and he didn't come back. He only came back because I let Beelzebub outside, and she flew over and got him to come back. But he wouldn't have come back if it weren't for her. So because of that, he had to have his wings clipped. And I'll figure out what to do eventually. But he sneaked out of the door while I was letting Thunder in. Anyway, yes, we have 2 conures. We have Beelzebub and Gary. And they are 5-ish. Pretty much all of our animals right now are around 5. The birds are 4, 5, or 6. This cat is 4 or 5. And Peekaboo is 5 or 6. So everybody's just a young baby in our house. Because conures can live 20, 30 years. Apparently green cheek conures, this variety, typically live between 15 and 20 in captivity. But that could be because of husbandry issues rather than the actual lifespan of the bird. Because they're fairly common in the pet trade. So their statistics have more individuals in them. But if people have their birds die at 5 years because they didn't feed them the right food, that goes into the statistic of how long these birds live. So they may live longer than that. It's just averages. Anyway, yes, 2 conures, a Bengal, a smoky gray, street cat, and me and Alex. By the way, I'm here. Yes, we all got a crap ton of snow here. I love hearing you talk of Lord Thunder. It makes us all want to hug our babies more. So good to see you again, Lori. It's been quite a while. Hey, Candace, good morning. It was crazy snowy, wasn't it? Okay, I think I colored all the leaves that are on the tree here. My little sister's having a baby soon, and her name is Elizabeth, which is why I am writing Elizabeth. We'll add more shading and stuff. I just want to get the base colors in. Anyway, after Thunder passed away, Alex and I went back into our old videos. We used to have a vlog channel, and we went in and watched some of our old vlogs where we had Thunder with us. And he was so athletic and healthy, and I just forgot that part about him because he's been old for a long time. But before he had ever had a seizure, before he had any balance issues, before he lost all of his teeth, before any of that. Is this a sister that has a son already? Yes. So my little sister, who is the mother of Alistair, is having a second baby, and it's a girl, and the girl is named Elizabeth. But anyway, we were watching these old videos, and Thunder was so healthy and so athletic. He used to be able to, from the ground, jump up into my arms. Like, I would be holding my arms out for him, and he would jump up into my arms from just the ground. And he used to be able to, there's videos in my vlogs of Thunder jumping from the ground onto our bed. It's been years since Thunder could jump onto our bed, and I just forgot that he could. I forgot that that was something he had. Did you do a pic like this for Alistair? No, I did not. But I was just feeling inspired, so I followed the vibe. All of this started with the name Elizabeth in the middle of the page, and then I just started drawing around it. Anyway, yeah, he was so athletic and so healthy and so smart. I mean, he was still smart right up until the week that he died. He could still do most of his tricks. He wouldn't do like roll over anymore, but like he would still give me a paw, do high fives, give me kisses when I asked. He was still competent in those tricks, but he used to be able to do roll over. He used to be able to bark quietly. When I would go, speak, shh, he would go, woof, woof. And then if I would say speak, he would go, ruff, like real barks. And it was so cute. He used to roll over. He used to turn around in a circle when I would tell him to. I could make him play dead, like I could pretend to shoot him, and he would lie down and put his belly in the air. Unfortunately, he never understood that he was supposed to be like not moving, so his tail would be wagging and he'd be looking at me, but he did the action. And he did all of those. He did crawl, which was such a cool trick. So I could say, come here. And if I said, come here, shh, that meant come quietly. So he would crawl on the ground like an army crawl. A chihuahua doing all those things. And he could sit up pretty. He could lie down. He was very smart. He was a very smart chihuahua. And he is the reason that I don't believe chihuahuas are stupid. I know a lot of people are like, oh, they're just stupid yappy dogs. No. They're just small. They're yappy because they're small. They're not yappy because for no reason. They're yappy because they're little and they're always in danger. Because any animal could just destroy them by stepping on them. So they're just yappy because they're protective of the fact that they're so tiny. But if you pretend that they're not tiny, they're just as smart as any other dog. Thunder was so smart. And he was so good off-leash. When we lived in Ottawa, we would take him on these long off-leash walks in this park behind a monastery. It was this awesome place to go for walks. And we would walk. And he would just stay with us. And he was so good. He was just a good dog. So pretty. Who's Elizabeth? Well, she's not born yet, but my niece, my coming niece is Elizabeth. I'm now grandmother to a 4-month-old baby boy named Alex. Oh, that's sweet. Alex is a good name. Good, strong name. There we go. Anyway, my dog was the best dog that there ever was. And if you also had a dog, then you know I'm right. Because every dog is the best dog there ever was. Thunder, no exception. I'm so sleepy. Yes, he was. I was with hubby in a doctor's appointment. What did I miss? Not a heck of a lot. Just talking about thunder. You know how it is. Sometimes we just gotta talk about thunder. Well, I know I'll never forget him, I'll tell you what. Okay. Now we need a darker gray. Right? No, we need a lighter gray. Cool gray 1 should do it. For our tops. Cool. Then we just need a dark gray. Blue gray should be good. I took Ada on Friday for a play date in a ball pit, and now she's sick. Guess who will be next? I mean, I could have told you that, Louisa. On top of it being in a ball pit, babies are just gross all the time. Anytime you leave the house with Ada, if you're going to interact with other humans, you're going to come back with an illness, I tell you. I can already guarantee that. But you knew that. You thought maybe this time I won't get sick. Oh, silly girl. So silly. There. Rocks. Now I need a pale green for moss. Pale green came out yellow, didn't it? Oh, that looks green to me. Beautiful. What else is there about thunder we can talk about? Oh, how about that he knew bad people right off the bat? I remember when we hung out with some people who wanted to interact with thunder. And I was like, yeah, sure, if he wants to, go, you can go for it and try and pet him, try and pick him up. He yelped like he was being injured just when this person pet him. And I was like, that dog knows. He knows something that I don't know. And it turns out he knew something that I did know. And he didn't like it. And I was like, that dog's smarter than most people. I tell you what. Time for coffee and a biscotti. Amazing. Oh my god, she was looking so nice. The only child with no running nose. But yeah, it was obvious it was going to happen. And she loved the time there. So I guess it compensates. Time for coffee. Cinnamon dough roll is rising. I want cinnamon dough. I want a cinnamon roll. That's what I meant to say. Anywho, my sweet, beautiful thunder boy. As I've said 1,000 times, he will not be forgotten ever. And I miss him every day. And I'm sure that will not stop for a very long time. Maybe it'll stop when we move to our next place, because here, everywhere I look, I see thunder, you know what I mean? Like, his dog beds are still around. I finally moved his food bowl. That took almost a month for me to move his food bowl, but we got there. I'm also doing daffodils here because green bice, I don't know what that is. Melon yellow, pastel yellow, because March flower is daffodil, so I'm doing a daffodil little segment. Elizabeth is due in March. She could come any minute, but you know, I guess you still see him in the corner of your eye around the house. Literally, that's a really good way to put it. That's, yeah. He, because he's supposed to be here. He's supposed to be here, so I expect him to be here. And then he's not, and I'm surprised. And I know he's not here, but when I come home from being out, I'm still surprised that he's not coming to greet me. And I'm sure I will be, until we move to a place where he had never been. And then my heart will break all over because he will just be a memory at that point. Which I can't even imagine. There will be a point at which Thunder is just a memory. Well, he's still there, just in a different form. Yeah, he's here in the broken pieces of my heart. And it's gonna be very hard. Yeah. Just like everything, you drop something or make a loud noise, you automatically say, oh, sorry, you've done that so long to assure him. Literally, Candace, that is 100% true. Every time, like, I bring out the vacuum and I'm like, oh, sorry, like, it's loud. Sorry, it's gonna be loud. The cats don't care. The birds don't care. Only Thunder cared. Only Thunder didn't like the vacuum. And I'm apologizing to him because I know he doesn't like the vacuum. Or like you said, I drop something heavy and I flinch. Not for myself. I flinch for Thunder because I know he doesn't like the loud noise. Like when a loud noise like the vacuum, if I drop the vacuum, you know when you're like vacuuming with the tube part and then the whole large vacuum falls over because you weren't paying attention to how long you were stretching the tube part? Thunder would run downstairs when that happened, which it scared him. So now it's still like that. That happens, and then I like look around like, oh buddy, we have a baby gate on our stairs. It was so Thunder wouldn't fall down the stairs. We don't need that baby gate anymore. Thunder's gone. The baby gate serves no purpose. It is installed though, so it needs to be like out, removed, exstalled, installed, install, and what's the opposite of install? Uninstall? It needs to be uninstalled. But anyway, I think maybe before we ever think about getting another dog again, we'll probably think about fostering. That was a really rewarding experience. And even after we got Thunder, we continued fostering. And we fostered a Rottweiler puppy, we fostered a Chihuahua, we fostered a Schnauzer. What kind of flowers are those yellow ones? Daffodils. Daffodils. Spring flower. At least where I live it is. And then over here we're going to have green also, but it's going to be a warmer green, a yellow green. Is this even green, or are you going to be yellow? Sometimes the yellow greens just look yellow. I mean, I guess it's still kind of green. It looks yellow to me, though. It's like a pale greeny yellow. My aunt had a dog for over 18 years. When he passed away, her son said, "I don't remember a time in my life without that dog." It was also heartbreaking. Yep. Yep, your first childhood dog, absolutely heartbreaking. It was heartbreaking for me like that when we got Cleo, when Cleo had to get put down, because she was my heart dog. She was like my childhood dog. I helped her, well, I didn't deliver her puppies, but I was there for her while she delivered her puppies. I was the first person she let touch her puppies. It was just, she was my special dog. But, like, my parents got to decide when Cleo was put down. We didn't really get to decide with Thunder. It all happened really quickly. Or at least it felt really quick. It felt like I wasn't ready for it. While I do understand that we were on borrowed time once he got his diagnosis, it still felt like, what? Not now. Eventually. You said eventually he would die from this, not today. And your parents have another poodle, right? Is it Dave? Dave passed away. They do have another poodle right now named Phil. Dave passed away really tragically last year. So they don't have Dave anymore. I don't even know if I've talked about this, but I'll tell you because it's not a secret. It's just really frickin' sad and so upsetting how it happened. My parents' dog Dave was a runner, so he would run when he got out to go to the bathroom. He would go run really far, and he would come back 20 minutes later. That's just the way that he did. And then he started running farther. And my parents would have to go in their car and find him. And he ran, which he did sometimes. He didn't do it all the time, but he did do it sometimes. And he got hit by a train. And obviously he died. And my parents didn't find him. And the following day, my sister and I went out with my mom looking for him. And we found him. And it was horrific. Very, very graphic, very gory, very just horrific. And then my dad came, and then my dad and I picked up Dave because it was a 2-person job. We picked him up and wrapped him up in a blanket and put him in the back of their truck. And my dad drove him to the vet. He was very much dead. But yeah, he was hit by a train, which, if you didn't know, you think in your head, move out of the way, dude. A train is coming at you. But the way a dog's brain works, the vet said, is that when a dog is being chased by something, they run in the opposite direction of that thing in the clearest path. So if a train is coming up behind them, the train track ahead of them is the clearest path away from the moving train. So even though he could have just jumped off of the tracks and he would have been totally safe, instead he would have tried to outrun the train on the tracks. And obviously that didn't work. And yeah, that was on Canada Day, July 1st of last year. Needless to say, Phil doesn't have the ability to run away now. Oh my, I'm so sorry. That is horrible. Yep, it was horrible. And it was horrible because my sister and I were joking that this dog was probably at some neighbor's house. Like someone saw him and said, "Come here, cutie pie," because he's so friendly. And they were like, "Come on in, Dave." And we're like, we're walking around looking for this dog, and somebody's got this dog. Somebody has this dog in their house eating out of the palm of their hand. So we weren't even worried. And my mom, she was more worried than us. And we were like, he's fine. He's literally probably just at someone's house. And then we took Phil with us because we were like, Phil will know. Phil led us right to him. And we were obviously absolutely shocked. We were not expecting to see that. And my mom and sister are not comfortable with gore. So I immediately sent them away and told them to go get my dad. And my dad came, and it was terrible and horrible, as you might imagine. Terrible. Hey there, Lena. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. That's horrible. Terrible. Yes, it was awful. It was terrible. It was horrible. And I cannot connect to it emotionally because it's too much to connect to emotionally. Thank you. Please and thank you. Good morning. Nice to see you. Sorry that you're arriving into the darkest conversations about pet death. But that's what's happening here today, I guess. Anyway, that was why there is no more Dave. Now it's just Phil. Phil and Scout. Scout is my parents' cat. But good morning. Welcome. I feel like this yellow looks so yellow on your guys' view, but it's not as yellow as it looks. It's actually a lot more green. Anyway, sorry if I've just traumatized any of you. It's not my intention. I didn't even intend on talking about Dave today. Let me try and get you guys a little closer. Maybe that'll help with the colors, because I feel like this is looking so yellow, but it's not really as yellow. I think maybe if we get the brown going, we can get somewhere. Ada slept in the car, and it's 5 p.m. I have to wake her up, and she's going to be VV cranky. Wouldn't you be VV cranky if you just got a nice nap and then somebody just jostled you awake so close to bedtime? I'd sure be angry. My fault, I asked about him. Oh, that's okay. Don't even fret. I'm surprised that's the first time I've talked about it. I guess it just felt like it wasn't really mine to talk about, but enough time has passed, I think. He was a good dog, too. I mean, he was no Thunder, but who is? Yeah, but she has to go to bed and she has school tomorrow. No, I get it. I get why you have to wake her up. I'm just saying the fact that you have to wake her up is rough. For both of you. Gary, you can't fly. Your ability to fly has been revoked. So I don't know what you're expecting when you jump and flap your wings like that. Don't attack Peekaboo, she's just a baby. Are you being attacked, Peekaboo? By a mean bird? The answer is yes. The bird is going, come here, to Peekaboo. Don't say come here. She's not coming to you. She's not your cat. She must be very cute. She is very cute, Ada. Very cute baby. Okay, potato brown next. More coffee. Can anyone think of other stuff that makes you think of March? What happens in March? I mean, Elizabeth could come any day, but she's not due for a while. I keep saying that to my sister, and she's like, stop saying that. She's not coming for a while. And I'm like, I don't know. Seems like she could come any day now. She's not due yet, though. I kind of hope that she'll wait until her due date. But I also kind of want her to be early so I can meet her already. But not early enough that she needs any medical intervention. Just early enough that she, like, can come and meet me. Number one auntie. This is called potato brown. The brown I'm using. I love silly names. Rohan is just sitting attentively watching Peekaboo. Look at this. He's looking right at her face. You can't see her because she's the color of darkness, but she is right here. She's not black. She's the color of shadow. She's like the darkest gray, but she's matte. She doesn't have like a lot of shine to her, so she literally disappears in the shadows. You better not harass Miss Peekaboo, Rohan. You better leave her alone. Yeah, that's right. You lie down. Peekaboo's like, leave me alone. Everyone's bothering me. All right. Anybody else have anything cool happen this weekend? I didn't get to go to the thrift store, which is a bummer, but that's okay. I also can't go today because I have a dentist appointment, like an adult. Aren't you proud of me? Going to the dentist? Who am I? Some kind of grown-up? It only took me, like, what, 10 years? Literally almost 10 years. It might even be 10 years. When did I get my wisdom teeth out? I think I was 22 or 23. Whenever family insurance coverage runs out, that's when I got my wisdom teeth out. And the follow-up appointment from my wisdom teeth was the last dentist appointment I went to. And now I've been... and I only had one cavity. So I'm pretty happy with that. I really was expecting there to be, like, issues. I was expecting them to be like, you're gonna need $1 million worth of dental stuff. And they were just like, you don't need $1 million. You need, like, $100. I was like, I can afford that. I can do $100 worth of stuff. No problem. It's when you start saying things like, it's gonna be $1 million. Then I start worrying. Warm gray 6. We could do some warm gray in here. You better not harass Rohan. This is what happens. Are you gonna bother the kitty? This poor baby. You leave him alone. He's just a baby. There, watch. This is how they play fight. Is he getting you? Oh no, she got you. There. That's how the birds tell the cats to leave. And now Peekaboo is saying, "What are you doing here, Rohan? Get out of my space." Can I help you? No. Okay. I mean, you can come back up here, Rohan. You'll just have to fight for your spot. Don't touch my baskets. Those are mine. Did you say when Elizabeth is due? She's due in March. Middle of March. But, like, the middle of March versus the middle of February is basically the same thing, right? Am I wrong? Babies come out 3 or 4 weeks early all the time. I mean, Alistair was born pretty much on his... No, he was born 1 week early. But my sister was induced for Alistair, so... Hopefully she won't have to be induced for Elizabeth. And Elizabeth can just come when she's ready. And hopefully that'll be soonish. But she's also allowed to take her time. There's no rush. We're very excited to meet her, though, that's for sure. Okay, we did warm gray 6. Do I have warm gray 3? Yes, I do. March. She can be born on my birthday, on the 15th. The 15th of March. That sounds nice. The Ides of March. Yeah, I'm fine. I think I'm fine with whenever she comes. I just want her to come so we can meet her. I bet she's so cute. What if she looks different than Alistair? What if she looks the same as Alistair? So excited to meet her. I'm sure she's gonna be so cute. I keep saying to my sister, what if she's ugly? What if she turns out ugly? What if Alistair is so cute and then Elizabeth isn't? What if she's not cute at all? What if she's an awful baby? What if she's like mean? I mean, babies can't be mean, but you know what I mean? Like, what if she is just upset all the time? What if she's upset all the time and ugly? She won't be. We're gonna love her so much. But, like, I keep joking about it because it seems silly. Just gonna break up. I feel like these lines I did are a little bit harsh, so I'm just gonna break them up by doing dots on and around them. I think dots are less offensive than lines. Do you hear Peekaboo yelling at Rohan? Because she is. Here, let me just move this for a sec so that we can get you guys a little closer here for what I'm working on now. Oops, there. Let me just try and zoom. You're fine, Peekaboo. He's not even doing anything. He's just looking at you. I know because he's always just looking at you. Is it 11 already? So it is. So I'm using dots to kind of break up the lines of all of the shading I've been doing. Just so it blends a little bit easier. March is a nice time for a birthday. I mean, as someone who's born in May, I think May is a great time to be born. But, I mean, she can't hold off that long. Are you allowed to not have your baby? That's not the right way to say it. If your baby isn't born at 40 weeks, are you allowed to be like, I'm just going to wait? Like, how long are you allowed to wait before medical people are going to intervene and be like, you have to have that baby now? Could you have your baby at like 45 weeks pregnant? How long can a baby stay inside without it being like, you know, life ending for mother or baby? Do you know I never told them about Dave? Today was the first time. I'd never told them. I didn't realize I hadn't told them.
Decided?
Well, it happened, and then I realized I hadn't said anything before. Do you think you could make me another coffee, or are we done? Is there any coffee left? Hello? Hello? Is there any coffee left? Is there? Thank you. I can't hear you when you don't use your words. Let's see. Nowadays, they don't let you go over that long because the fluids start drying up. Delicious. What a zing that has to it. Ma'am, your fluids are drying up. We need to get that baby out. You don't have enough fluids. Thank you. Did you not add any cream for me? But it's so dark.
What kind of cream do you want?
Half and half? Oh my god, we got cream. I forgot. We usually use powder, like cream. Lactose-free creamer substitute or whatever. Did you know that's lactose-free, by the way?
What?
The one we use, the creamer?
No.
Yeah, it's dairy-free. Anyway, we got cream. And, oh, I love real cream. Half and half cream is so good. There, that blended a little better. I heard week 42, but I'm not sure. Week 42. Well, hopefully she doesn't last that long pregnant. Oh, a delicious hot cup of coffee. Okay, now I'm going to go in with another darker brown. And just kind of do a little dots just to add some texture to the wood. I haven't decided what we're doing for the rest of this project, this drawing. If you have any opinions of what we could do here on this little art piece I'm working on, please provide feedback. I am open to feedback. The fluids. I hope that all of you have the opportunity to have a dog like Thunder at some point in your life, if you like dogs. If you don't like dogs, then I don't wish that for you. But if you like dogs, if you haven't already had a dog like Thunder, I wish for you to have one. I've had three really strong heart dogs and many dogs I adore. Well, I think Thunder is for sure my heart dog, I'll tell you that. I can't even imagine loving another dog as much as I love Thunder, so I guess we'll see. I'll let you know. No, I probably won't let you know because I'll be like, well, no other dog is Thunder. So no other dog can be Thunder. I love this drawing so much. Aw, I'm glad. Thanks. Hi, Melanie. Good morning. I'm glad you like it. It's for baby Elizabeth. Well, it's for me. But it's because of baby Elizabeth. Maybe I'll give it to my sister. I don't know if she'd actually like it, but we'll see. I can't believe it's been a whole month. Hugs. Thank you. Thank you. Yep, it's been a whole month. Where does the time go? Literally, I don't even know where the time goes, because it feels like he's still here, so I don't understand how it's been a month that he's been gone. Okay. I think that's a pretty good amount of texture. I feel like the lines are a little more broken up. I feel like they were just a little bit too aggressively lined before. Now there's like more texture happening, which I like. Okay, and then I can go back with the warm gray number 3 and then just do a little bit of blending. To chill out that orange a little bit. It's called potato brown, but it's showing up super orange. Fine, it's fine. Just use our markers to blend, you know? Good. Names are difficult to choose. Agreed, Louisa. I think Elizabeth is a good choice. My sister is using Elizabeth for her baby's name, and I think it turned out to be a good choice. At first I was like, I don't know. And then I realized, oh, I do know, and I like it. Little Lizzie. She won't be called Lizzie. She's going to be called Betty or Beth. I've decided. And my sister said, I don't care. I'm going to be calling her Elizabeth, so you can call her whatever you want. Yes, it is. It's a cute and regal name. Agreed. And Betty? How cute is Betty? Peekaboo. I feel like that may have been a little more dramatic than was necessary. My cats are scrapping right now too. Yeah, that's the sound of Peekaboo saying, "Get away from me, Rohan. We're not friends and I don't like you." I'm not intervening anymore. We're letting them do that because nobody gets hurt. However, they are getting more used to each other, and that doesn't happen as often. So it's fine. I'm fine with it. If your cats do that, I am sorry for you, because it is very loud and very scary. I'm getting more comfortable hearing it, but oh my god, for a while I was like, my cats are killing each other. No, they're not. They're just screaming. And Peekaboo swats at him with her paw. She doesn't use claws, so I know that she's not trying to kill him. But she swats at him, and when she's underneath the bird cage, like she is right now, she hits the bird cage, which makes a loud noise that scares her. So then she, like, yells. It's very dramatic. It's all very dramatic. It's just a very dramatic life that my animals all live. Mine are smacking each other from behind a door. One is on one side and one's on the other. Rohan and Peekaboo do that at nighttime. They swat under the door at each other. For what? Who's winning? Who wins your silly game? Okay, now I'm going to go in with the fine point on my forest green. And I think I'm just going to color some of these leaves for like a textural change. I don't know if it's actually going to work the way I want, but I'm just going to do some of them in dark green. Just so there's like a little bit of variation in the colors. Does that make sense? It looks so yellow, but it's not. It's green. I just want there to be another green. I might go in with a third green. I promise it's not yellow. I don't know why it looks so yellow in like your view. I promise it's pretty green. The door is open and they're just peeking behind to see each other. You can tell cats are really a smart species of animal, for sure. Except when they're not. Rohan just wants to play with her, I can tell. Just because of the way he comes at her, he's like really interested. He's not coming to fight. But Peekaboo doesn't know that, so she hates him. Again, I don't care. They don't have to love each other. I'm not forcing them to love each other. Someday, they will tolerate one another. And that day does not have to be today. There. Okay, so there's one other color of green. Exact same with Mildred and Arthur. Arthur wants to play and Mildred dislikes him a lot. I have a niece who has two Bengals who are obsessed with each other. Well, Peekaboo's not a Bengal. Peekaboo is a street cat. And Rohan is a wild animal. So Peekaboo doesn't have any interest in that. Peekaboo would be happy. I was worried. There was a period of time where I was worried that we were going to have to rehome Rohan again because of how much Peekaboo and him didn't get along. But I had to separate them because I didn't want Thunder to get hurt. Now that I don't separate them, I have no fear for them. They'll take each other on, no problem. I cut both their nails, so their nails are not razor blade sharp. But they can fight. They're not going to kill each other. I'm 99% sure they're not going to maim each other. So far, nobody's drawn blood. So, if they draw blood, that would be a different situation. But they don't. Nobody has drawn blood. Nobody's traumatized. I feel like it's mostly fine most of the time. A couple of times a day, those little spats happen, and I'm like, whatever. Oh, I love when they bond, Lori. I can't wait for that. That's going to be a great day. I really hope that that happens for us, that we get bonding at some point, but I already said, I'm not holding my breath for it. If it happens, it'll be wonderful. And if it doesn't happen, what am I going to do? As long as they're not putting each other in danger, I don't really care anymore. Since I don't have to worry about Thunder getting injured, I'm not worried anymore. There. Now there's some variety in the greens, which I think is good. Adds a little more texture. Excuse my sniffling. I've been waiting 6 years. Lovely. Well, all this time I've only heard a few growls, so I would say they're mostly tolerant. Yeah, and they're pretty close together right now. They're about like 2.5, 3 feet apart. It's like not... I'm just not worried. I'm not worried that they're in danger anymore. Like, there was a period where I was like, okay, I have to be concerned for Thunder's safety. Now that that's over, it's fine. Everything's gonna be fine. What color are lily pads? Are they light green or dark green? Hello, Rohan. Welcome back. Rohan has returned. Like grass green? Okay. Hello, Rohan. This is literally called grass green. So hopefully that's giving lily pad. Oh, I'm showing you the cat, but I meant to be showing you this. There, that's called grass green. Okay, and then I also need a brown that is warm, like the potato brown for the cattails. Cute. Okay, now we need water, but I know I want to do like a pond, so that'll be like greeny blues, right? But I also want to do a really pale spot where the sun will be hitting. Is it daytime? I feel like it's early morning. So let's do pale baby blue to start. We can also do, is there a pastel yellow? Lemon yellow, barely beige. I feel like there's gotta be a pastel yellow. Where are you? Yellow ochre, lemon yellow, melon yellow. Am I crazy? I feel like I saw a pastel yellow. Sand. Cream. Oh, pastel yellow. I feel like the cream might be better for the sun. But I have the plan for the sun to be right here, which will be yellow, but it'll fade to like white, right? Right. It'll fade to this almost white because it's so bright. Oh, that didn't really fade how I hoped it would. Cream? What color is cream? Yeah, it's closer. Okay, so if that's that, then we'll have like this on the water. Oops, sorry, hit the mic there. And then I'll get that yellow again. Where did you go? Pastel yellow. We can go like this. Okay. And then the light will also hit a bunch of these ripples. Cool. And then we're gonna have water that is very, very, very pale blue that we're gonna do stuff with after. So we'll start by coloring the water blue and then we'll make it different with other colors. Got it? Makes sense? Yep, you're doing the reflection thing. Yeah. But if I start with this pale, pale blue, we can always add green and brown and dark blue in order to make it look like real water. Because right now this is obviously not the color of a pond. I wasn't sure if I was going to color over her name, but I guess I am. And then the question is, do I make the sky the exact same color and then adjust from there? Or do I pick a different blue for the sky altogether? What do we think? What's the vibe? If you do the sky the same, it'll be the same undertone, so maybe more cohesive. Good idea, Melanie. That's what we're looking for, some cohesiveness. This color is making it look like a child drawing, but it's gonna be good once it's finished. Okay, the only thing that's a little different is that, nope, the sky can all be blue, and then the over things will be, yep. Just thinking like pale purple or something. You're blind to it right now. It looks so good. You'll step away and come back and see. You're so nice. Oh, I forgot though. I wanted to draw a bird. I have to draw a bird in here. This spot right here was for a bird. I tried to draw a robin like 6 times and ended up just erasing it because it was not looking at all like a robin. I don't know what the problem was, but it was just looking like a generic bird. And I was like, what is wrong with this? Why do you not look anything like a robin? And I was even looking at reference pictures of robins. It can't all be in the color. It must have something to do with the shape. I love these markers. So nervous to use them at the beginning, but they're actually like really fun to use. Oh my god, I just spotted the snail. Ta-da! And a mushroom. And some turkey tail mushrooms. And some clovers. I haven't colored everything yet. I feel like I need to draw the bird before I finish coloring in the whole sky. Because there's supposed to be a bird there. You know, a robin, because the return of spring. It was my brilliant spring plan for this. I mean, I could just put a nest, a robin's nest, with some eggs in it. Imagine having such a distinct color of egg that they name the color after your eggs. Like robin's egg blue is a color because of robins. And they don't even know. And they don't even care. They invented a color and they don't even know. They get no respect. Actually, they get tons of respect. They are a protected songbird species. You cannot kill them. You cannot own them. You cannot collect their nests, eggs, shells of eggs, bones, feathers, or individuals, dead or alive. So I guess they do have the respect. They invented a new color and got the protection of the fish and wildlife of North America. Fish and wildlife people. I think they know they're iconic. They tell us when spring has returned. They are pretty iconic. Okay, let me just draw a nest because I'm not going to draw a whole robin because it didn't work. And we'll just instead put a nest right here. And it'll be a beautiful nest. I feel like their nests are so like tucked into stuff, they'll never fall out, you know? And then we can have four little blue eggs. Perfect. I grew up reading the book The Best Nest about a robin couple named Rosie and Rufus, so all the robins I know are named Rosie and Rufus. Rosie's a great name. What do you guys think for Elizabeth's nickname? Do you think Betty or do you think Beth? I want to color it the way I want, but I know that it's made of all sticks and stuff, so it should be rougher. But they also pack mud so that their nests are like this soft. There. This is my comfy robin's nest. I still love Peggy. It's old-fashioned. I like Beth and I like Betty. I don't like Peggy. We're not going to call Elizabeth Peggy. That would not happen. Look at this, by the way, in case you were wondering. This is where the cat is right now. He's like, oh, I wasn't doing anything. I was just finding a spot to be cozy. He's so cute. Okay. And then we need... Oh, where did the lid go? The lid left... Hold on. There it is. You could combine them and say Bethy. Aw. Little Bethy. I like Betty. We could also call her Bet, like Bette Midler. Her name's probably Elizabeth. Okay, robin's egg blue. What are we gonna call robin's egg blue? Do you think peacock blue, ice blue, turquoise blue, cerulean? Maybe cerulean? I just scratched at my eczema and I accidentally ripped off the scab. Okay. Cerulean. Robin's egg blue is cerulean, in case you needed to know. Oh, shoot. Sorry, I need to go deal with this. Look at this. Itched my arm. Ouch. I know. I've got a rash on my arms that has been there now for a month. And it's, well, that's a scratch from the cat. This is a scratch from the cat. This is a scratch from the cat. But, like, I don't know if you can even, does it really translate? It's, like, dry. And my doctor said it's eczema, but I've never had eczema before. I've never had anything like eczema before, so who knows. My doctor said it's eczema. And then she said, I can give you steroids for it. And I was like, I don't want steroids. I want to just have it go away without that. Can you check if it's an allergy? She said, it doesn't look like an allergy. Okay, well, I've never had eczema before, so why would it start now? Well, you know, when you gain weight, lots of changes can happen in your body. That's what my doctor said. The reason I have eczema is because I'm fat. Never had eczema before. Been fat before, let me tell you. But no, it's probably just, you know, when we get a little bit older and then the weight creeps up, literally her words. Sometimes it can just cause all kinds of stuff to happen in your body. Okay, so we're not going to investigate this any further because I'm fat. Okay, cool. Just double checking. It's the fat that did the eczema. Got it. So the fat is the reason that I have random isolated swelling in my legs, just in my calves. The random isolated swelling in just my calves is because I'm fat. That has never been there before, even though I've been fat. Okay. And then the eczema, also fat. Cool. Just double checking. Eczema rash might be stress induced. Could be. But apparently not. Apparently it's just fat induced. Don't get fat, or else that's the only thing that your doctor is going to say. You'll be like, I have headaches. It's probably the fat. If you have a uterus, don't get fat. That's my only advice. My medical advice for you, if you have a uterus, is don't get fat, because then nothing is real. Only fat. He has smooth brain. The frustrating thing is it's a she. And everything is either anxiety or fat. Those are the only two things. She might as well have said that I have a wandering uterus. That's the vibe I get. Is that it's like, do you have a uterus? Then I don't really trust how you feel about your body or yourself. You probably have anxiety. Oh, also lose weight. Thank you, doctor. I appreciate your help. What? That is despicable. I know. At least if it was a boy, I could be like, oh, it's just because he doesn't understand because he doesn't have a uterus. Nope, this one full on does. This is... Yep. I don't love it, I'll tell you. I don't love it. All right, there's our sky now. And now we can go in with other colors. Like pale lilac. There we go. A little bit of pink in there. Cute. Okay, now for the sky. What does the sky need to have? It needs to get grayer. I need to not itch that same spot. It needs to get grayer as it goes to the horizon. I know that. So we can do a blue-gray down there. Hey, peekaboo. You can see her. Hi, baby. Rohan saw her too, unfortunately. Sorry, peekaboo. Rohan saw you. She just wants to come lie down up here on the table, and she forgets that Rohan's up here. Okay, so the closer to the horizon you are, the grayer the blue will appear. So all this gray, all this blue down here will be pretty darkened and muted. Oh, you're not looking anymore, sorry. So I darkened the gray at the horizon down here with a blue-gray 7. Do I have a blue-gray 9? I have blue-gray 3, blue-gray 5. Okay, oops. And then I will also need something lighter and brighter. I think sky blue might be too bright. Sorry. Yeah, that's a bit too bright. What else could I put in the sky? I could put some pale pink in the sky around the sun. Okay. And then I kind of want to add some, like, some colors in the sky. Like some stuff in the background of the sky. Little texture, you know? Like that might be a bit much. Okay. And then in the water, I kind of want to get a little bit more of a darker, like a greenier blue. Maybe a turquoise blue? Just for like vibes. Get a little more pondy. I feel like we're not pondy enough. We're looking a little too lakey, you know? How do we pond this up a little farther? How do we get in? Needs more green, maybe. It looks so bright. It's not that bright. I need you to understand that this is not bright. I need to like make it accurate to the colors. The colors are so not accurate. It's way less. I don't know why my computer can't handle it. I'm sorry, you just have to accept that these are not what the colors look like. So disappointing. They're so much like darker. They're not, this looks like so childish. That's the only way I can explain how it looks versus in real life. It's much more muted in real life and much more moody looking. Okay. Now we need some green gray, I think. Green gray. Okay. Better, better, better. Now I need to go in with a green for, oops, sorry, hit the mic again. For all this stuff. We'll do other shadows with other colors. I just want to get the blocking of the green out so we can kind of see what this area will look like. There, and then we could get a different green, like a warm green. What was grass? No, that's too bright. Olive. How about olive green for this? That is not green, but okay. That is straight up yellowy brown, but it's fine. We can color it later. Okay, I'm off to get coffee. Have a good day, everyone. You too. Have a good rest of your day. Don't work too hard. Take care of yourself. We'll see you on Wednesday. Nice little pond. I'm going to go in with my dark green. Oh, sorry, hit the mic again. I'm going to just do dots where those green spots are, because I don't know what I was thinking they are, so we're gonna assume I thought they were a plant. I feel like Elizabeth is gonna disappear into this. Hopefully that's vibes and a good thing. Maybe I'll go back in with a black marker on just her name after. Maybe not. Maybe I'll do white lines around her name. I know I want to. Looks peaceful. Good. That's what I want. I want it to be a nice place for a baby. Pale orange. I think that's a good color for my little snail. Cute. I did have a plan to put a bumblebee in here, but I kind of missed that opportunity. Alright, there's my clovers in pale green, and then the flower will go in pink, because clover flowers are kind of pink. And I feel like there's still something about it that's not right, and I don't know exactly what it is. My turkey tails need to be colored in. Okay. Need a stem for my mushrooms. Then they need a color for the top. What color should the top be? Probably brown gray. That sounds good. There, mushrooms. You can also be this color. Good. I feel like the whole thing needs like a bit of a wash. So I think I'm gonna go in with cool gray number 0.5, and I'm just gonna go over everything so I know there's no white showing. What? There, at least now there's no white. No unintentional white. We can add white after the fact, but we don't want white showing up in here without being invited. No uninvited white permitted in my artwork. Thank you. Alright. There's that. Now I still need more green. Green bice. What's that? That seems like straight up bright yellow, but I still need green in the water because it's a pond, and ponds have a green color to them. That's way closer to what I'm looking for. Now I just need some darker blues. Royal blue, that seems nice. good and dark. And that can go just in a few little spots. Just so that we can tell parts of the pond are a little deeper. Okay, cool, and I think that farther away the water will be darker. You won't really see. I'm just layering colors on top of each other until it feels right. One cool thing about these markers is you can just keep adding. And they have so much ink in them, they're just the marker that keeps on marking. Okay, that's good, a little darker. Okay, then I have my blue-gray. All right, good. What's missing here? What's not enough? I feel like this needs to be more like green. I'm using vivid green now. That's nice.
Yeah.
What do you think?
It's like a window.
Yeah, kind of. This is moss, so I'm just adding other colors into it. That looks cool. That looks pretty good. I'm happy with this. What do you think? Elizabeth. Don't you dancey dance with me. Don't you dancey dance. Also, look at this frickin' cat. What are you doing? What are you doing over here? Huh? What is this? What are you doing? Why are you showing me your tummy? Don't bite me. Don't bite me. Don't you bite me, mister. Okay. Have to go over her name, you think? Maybe with a white acrylic marker? Or silver? Silver or gold? What do you think? Because the gold is so pretty. I kind of want to use the gold, even though I don't know if gold is the right color. I kind of want to. And how should I go over her name? Her whole name or just... Maybe I go over her whole name in gold and then I write it out in black again. Look how pretty the gold is. It's so, like, it's actually metallic. Okay. There's her name in gold. And now I think we could go with a darker color to kind of shadow her name. What color? Maybe bronze? Is this bronze or brown? Why are you not labeled as a color? Okay, so we did gold though. Shadow. Let's do a shadow. Let's do it in my other markers. We could do a cool gray 9. And then we could just have her name. Where's the shadow going to be? If the sun's here, the shadow is going to basically be right underneath it. I hear you. Hey. There. Elizabeth. And now we have to go back in with my pen and do it again, and this is the stressful part because this is where I need to not screw it up. Okay. I mean, we can always paint over it again and again and again, but I don't want to do that. Oh, it's hard to trace over something that I did like fluidly the first time. Oh, that doesn't look as nice as it did. That's okay. It's fine. I will fix it. It's like my hand is shaky because I'm tracing. So it didn't come out as smooth as I want. That's all right. I'll fix it. Not worried about that. That will be fixed. But there we go. Elizabeth. Here's what it looks like from the front. Elizabeth. See how it's metallic? Elizabeth. The metallic. So pretty. I think we'll have to add white highlights or something too, but anyway, we finished the Thunder page also. A bunch of cute little drawings of Thunder. My sweet little baby boy. Oh, no one told me. It is 12:18. I gotta go. I got stuff to do. I gotta finish. I have editing. I have lots of editing, and I have to set up to film, and I have to emotionally prepare myself to go to the dentist. So wish me good luck, because I need it. I don't need it. I'm probably fine. I think I'm fine. I don't feel nervous. We'll find out when I get like on my way if I start having anxiety, but right now I don't feel nervous. I feel like I just have to go. Why is there no room for these markers? How is it full? How's that possible? There's one extra spot here. That's fine. There's no more, right? No. Okay. Toodles till tomorrow for the tutorial. Yes, tomorrow's tutorial is for a slouchy blue hat, which is a very comfortable hat. It is this hat here. By the way, thank you to everyone who's supporting the channel. You guys are awesome. Really appreciate you. If you'd like to support, join by clicking the link in the description box down below. But next live stream will be on Wednesday. I'm here Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 9 a.m. until 12 p.m. every week. So I will be here Monday, Wednesday, Friday, just like normal. However, if you need extra content, I do put out a crochet tutorial every Tuesday. So tomorrow's tutorial will be for that blue hat. And otherwise I'll be here on Wednesday. If you have not yet clicked the thumbs up button on today's video, don't forget to click the thumbs up button. It helps the channel. And I'll see y'all next time. Thanks for hanging out. Okay, love you. Bye. See you next time. Bye. Okay, bye.